A second Asian nation is now demanding Canada take back its trash. Malaysia now says shipping containers full of low-grade plastics from this country, too contaminated to be recycled, are sitting in its largest shipping port. Officials are now joining the government of the Philippines in refusing to process the Canadian waste. Now, our David Common has more on the story. He's reporting from the ground near Kuala Lumpur, and he tells us today Malaysia wants Canada to change its ways.
Yet again, an Asian nation is demanding Canada to take back its plastic waste. Malaysian officials here at the largest port are looking inside these shipping containers. This one from Canada, and you can see inside, grocery bags from big Canadian brands, ones we know, as well as packaging from many retail and grocery products. And this comes on the heels of what's been happening in the Philippines. Malaysia is just the latest to say, Western world, and Canada in particular in this case, we do not want your low-value plastic, because what happens is when it arrives here, it is inevitably burned, buried, or dumped somewhere illegally, sometimes processed by illegal recycling factories. It's brought in, the higher value stuff is recycled, though there can be considerable environmental and labor considerations, considerable degradation that happens as a result of that. And just take a look here at the amount of interest that's happening in Malaysia as they open up these containers, which they now say will be sent back to their countries of origin. So that one, going back to Canada. Remember what's happened in the Philippines. On Thursday of this week, 69 shipping containers will be put on a ship, sent back to Canada, disposed in Vancouver, because of what Canada has increasingly been doing in its recycling industry, taking that stuff from your blue box and sending it abroad to be recycled. But the lower value plastic, this is what happens. Asian nations don't want it anymore. They say it is polluting, and the Malaysian environment minister there has told us very clearly, stop dumping this. And if you do, we're going to send it back.
That is David Common from Port Klang, which is near Kuala Lumpur. Now, we've reached out to Canada's Environment Minister, McKenna, for comment on this latest situation. Haven't heard anything back, but of course, we'll keep you updated on it. As David mentioned, Ottawa in the process now of removing dozens of shipping containers of trash from the Philippines. And here are brand new images into CBC News of the process there. Workers fumigating the containers and preparing them to ship them back on Thursday of this week. They'll be sent to Vancouver's port, where they will be processed and disposed of, and we'll continue to bring you more on that story.